Yo, still, dude, what's the deal, man? Yo, I'm about to run to the store, man. I'll be doing a lot of store runs, bro. That's my duty as the man of the house. I wear it proudly. So, that's what I'm on my way to do. You know what I'm saying? But peep game, man, we got to get into this shit, man. And I ain't spoke on I haven't spoke on Tank versus Hector, man. But listen. I keep having these arguments, man. And it just, man, it's gonna come off as if I'm the biggest Tank detractor. I'm so cool on Tank, I honestly am, but not from a level of talent. It's not from that, because I think the dude is a talented fighter. I honestly do. But I'm not about to let y'all run game on me. I will not. That will not happen. I will not allow y'all to do that shit with me. Tank is being praised for doing what we all knew he was gonna do to Hector Garcia. He's being praised for that. He's being, they're throwing roses at his feet. I'm like, bro, I'm on one of my pages. I have somebody saying that, oh man, one of the champs, former fighter, he has a page. My man Greg Towns, man, shout out to him. But he has a YouTube page as well. But he made a post saying, yo, man, who's the stars in the sport? I'm like, the stars are Canelo and Anthony Joshua, and it's not even up for debate. You don't have to like them in order to acknowledge that. There's nobody selling cross-continent. If Canelo fights John Ryder in the UK in the next few months, watch the numbers. That man will sell out Wembley if he fights over there. Guaranteed. Guarantee. There's no other fighter outside of Anthony Joshua who can do that. And not just, because Tyson Fury and Dillian White, and I think Derek Chisora, they sell in the UK, but those are domestic, amongst domestic level talent. I'm talking about when you can get outside of your comfort zone and sell out on different continents. That's a different beast right there. There's nobody else that's doing that shit. Nobody. Whatsoever. It's not up for debate. So, how exactly? Just when he was saying, "Yo, who's the stars in the sport?" and I brung up them too. They're talking about Tank, and I had somebody come off here and tell me, "Oh, yo, man, what did he say?" It was just a really asinine comment. Popular doesn't mean good, and he's talking about Canelo and Anthony Joshua. And he's while trying to tell me Tank is the star of this era, and he's giving me a reason as to why Tank is that nigga. I'm like, bro, what has Tank done anything remotely close to Anthony Joshua or Canelo Alvarez? So that just once again goes to the illusion of just this delusions of grandeur when it comes to Tank. It doesn't stop. And it makes me sick to my fucking stomach. So I'm watching the fight on Saturday, and what I'm seeing how Hector Garcia is able to control this dude at mid-distance behind the jab. I'm seeing how Hector Garcia is tapping him to the body. One thing about this Philly shell, man, I always say this, man, it's, when you've been into certain positions, it's a lot easier, it's a lot more comfortable when your arms are like this as opposed to like this. And Floyd is the one who really popularized the Philly shell the way that he used it. But one thing I see a lot of fighters do is they bend too much in one particular direction. And they're able to find that small pocket beneath the elbow, what your elbow was supposed to protect. They're able to find that small pocket and clip and hit it. I see that often. I see that shit very often. And they keep doing it, and I'm watching Tank, and every time he tries to spin out, he's spinning out and he's getting clipped to the body. And I'm seeing Hector Garcia spin out and clip him to the body. I'm seeing straight lefts down the pipe landing flush on this dude. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing in moments where Gervonta Davis is, he's trying to step his game up and impose his will. And he's getting time coming in and he's getting punished. I'm seeing this shit. And I'm like, man, like, bro, I'm seeing this dude do this shit. And, you know, now granted, he gets the knockout like we were saying. Now, one thing I do want to speak to, I don't think that knockout was staged or nothing like that, man. I just think people come up with these ridiculous sentiments. It was the same motherfuckers who was banging on Billy Joe Saunders, allegedly being conspiratorial with Canelo Alvarez and being in cahoots with Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo said, "I'm gonna stop him between 6 and 8," he was complicit in his own stoppage. He was complicit in getting his face broken. Yeah, he was complicit in that. It was so many conspiracy theories pointing to, that was formulating based on that. Them same niggas will bang on you if you direct that same energy to Tank as it pertains to, Hector Garcia. People are saying, "Oh man, I watched Hector Garcia look at his trainer in the face and tell him I can't see." It's levels to seeing. Nobody's saying he's pitch black, like he's seeing nothing but darkness as if his eyes is closed. No, he's not saying that. He's more than likely saying, "I'm seeing too. My vision is blurry." Maybe I'm not saying too, my vision is just blurry. Or maybe I'm not seeing two, or my vision ain't blurry, but I'm seeing dots and yellow spots in my vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what the fuck? People get it so fucked up in this sport, like they, like your entertainment usurps the health of these fighters. Now, granted, they're in a sport to where they can legally die in the ring. You are within your rights to kill somebody in that ring. And they think because it's not a super extreme that you can continue on with the fight. Like extreme in the sense of like what DeMar Hamlin went through last week. Because it's not nothing to that extreme and to that degree, oh, well, he could continue to fight. Hector Garcia could have continued to fight. No. We can say whatever the fuck it is we want to say about Tank, but nobody has ever disregarded that man's power. That dude can punch. So if he clips somebody in their shit and they say they can't see, I believe him. What the fuck? Like, I'm really getting tired of niggas who think their entertainment is more important than the fighter's health. Them fighting alone is entertainment. That should be entertainment enough to you. You want motherfucker going to infinity and beyond to continue to entertain you despite the fact that they're hurt. Their health is at risk, even though their health is at risk when they sign up to to compete on a amateur, which to just train. If you're gonna get in there and spar, motherfuckers have died sparring. You know what I'm saying? So they already signed up for. Hey, you're putting yourself at a potential health risk. Yeah, they're doing that enough, but that's not enough. They just I want to be entertained. I had one of my homeboys tell me, I think Billy Joe Saunders is gonna continue. He had to have reconstructive face surgery, bro. Like how could he have continued? It's just complete lack of regard for these fighters, man. Take your bitch ass to the gym, put an eye patch on over one of your eyes, and get in there and rumble with somebody who's proven to be at a higher level than you. Fuck out of here. No, that was not conspiratorial, man. That happened. You can say whatever it is you want to say about Tank, but ain't no denying that nigga can punch. And Hector Garcia found out he found out the hard way. But leading up to that, I'm looking at a lot of shit that I'm seeing from Tank, and I'm like, I just don't know how does he react to, how does he adjust to somebody who's able to do what Hector Garcia is doing, and they're far sharper than him? What do you do with somebody who's far more defensively competent than a Hector Garcia? They're disciplined behind the jab. They see where they're having success at, and they don't want to, take a risk. And all right, cool, well, shit, I'm controlling them with the jab. Now let me step in behind the jab, so I can really start putting leather on him. What happens when you have somebody who's just disciplined to say, I'm just weak? Listen, I'm boxing for I'm training for a 12-round fight, and that's where I intend on taking it. So, taking you into deep water and drown you. What happens when you're dealing with somebody who can make adjustments on the fly? What happens when you're in front of somebody who can maintain a certain pace throughout rounds 1 through 12? What happens when you're fighting somebody that's longer and rangier than you? What happens when he's in front of these, niggas like that, bro? And for them to say that he only won like one round, that shit is ridiculous. I didn't catch the fight from rounds 1 to, what was that? It stopped at the at the top of the 9th. He retired. He had to quit on his stool. I'd be lying if I said, God damn it, if I saw everything, I'd be lying if I said that, because I didn't. I didn't see the beginning part of the fight, but I saw more than enough to have me saying he's arguably winning the fight. And if he's not winning the fight, he's in the fight. He won 2 or 3 rounds from what I saw. And I'm like, it's not an impressive win, bro. It's not. Everybody knew what was going to happen to Hector Garcia. I was telling my coach, he's looking to give Hector Garcia the benefit of the doubt. Oh, man, I don't know if, people are really sleeping on Hector Garcia. I'm like, Coach, Tank is going to outline this dude in chalk. It's not up for debate. He's just better than Hector Garcia. And in the sense that he's not better than Hector Garcia, he's bigger than Hector Garcia. In the sense of, stature-wise. Not height-wise. Tank is a shorter dude, but he's beefier. He's more brolic than Hector Garcia. He can dish out more punishment and take more punishment than a Hector Garcia. He hits harder than Hector Garcia. He's going to win this fight. It's not up for debate. Hector Garcia is going to lose. He's going to lose. Is this a one-way? Oh, fuck it. Everybody knew what it was. He's being pulled up from 130, and the fact that niggas is really trying to give this man, a pat on the back for winning, that shit is pissing me off. It's pissing me off, bro. Like, no. Why? No. Fuck no. Niggas just talk about, oh, man, he pound for pound number. I had a dude tell me he was pound for pound. He's pound for pound because he beat Hector Garcia. Now, Bivol being implemented into the pound for pound rankings because he beat Canelo, okay, yeah. That's understandable. Why is that understandable? Canelo is a 4-division champion. He's fought at that division before. He's undisputed currently. He was pound for pound number 1 when he jumped up and fought Bivol. It was a lot of variables going into that Bivol fight. That somebody can be justified in making Dimitri Bivol number 1, or not number 1, but just putting him on the top 10, top 5 pound for pound list. How he handled him, the skill set and accomplishment of a Canelo Alvarez, that's understandable than a Hector Garcia. Canelo's a pound for pound type. He's been pound for pound for well over a decade now. Maybe not number 1, but he's been on the pound for pound list for well over a decade. So for him to jump up and get handled like that in front of a Dimitri Bivol, it's plausible why somebody will put Dimitri Bivol up there. It's plausible. It's completely understandable. Completely understandable. But I'm looking at Tank, for somebody to say Tank is pound for pound for beating Hector Garcia when he's not even a pound for pound talent and he's a champion in his own division. Key words, his own. He's not 135 pounds. He's a super featherweight. He's a super featherweight. What the fuck are we talking about? It's the delusions and the hypotheticals with Tank, and it just irritates my soul because nobody wants to be rational with it. Nobody wants to be logical. Nobody wants to speak truth to power. It's just they're fans of Tank. They're fans of Tank, and it's not even fan. I think fan is an understatement. Fan is short for fanatic. I think fanatic is an understatement of what these dudes are as it pertains to Tank. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what they think about this dude. It's ridiculous. It's laughable the shit that they say about this man. He should not be getting any sort of kudos for beating a Hector Garcia. If he fights Ryan and he beats Ryan in the same fashion that he beat Hector Garcia, that right there is justifiable. That's a thumbs up. Mario Barrios, that was a thumbs up considering he had to jump up to fight him. But I don't think that, I think you can, if Tank was amassing a resume at 135 pounds right now, he was fighting adequate competition, then I think you can give him kudos on jumping. You can add that to the stack. Him beating Mario Barrios, you can add that to the stack list of accomplishment. But him jumping up and beating Mario Barrios is like, oh yeah, he beat Mario Barrios, bro. All right, cool. Salute. Okay, he beat Mario Barrios. Thumbs up. It's not one of the things where you should just be overjoyed about in the way that he's doing it now. It's give and take. Now, if Tank went on a tear and he beat Haney, he beat Shakur, he beats Ryan, he beats Loma, he beats Frank Martin, he beats Williams Zepeda. He says, all right, cool, I beat all them. Give me a JoJo Diaz. He just goes through, he just goes on a tear and just starts smacking everybody up. That right there is some Hall of Fame worthy shit. And then you can tackle on the fact that he jumped up to 140 and beat somebody at 140. Now it's plausible to do that. But that shouldn't be the highlight of his career. It should pale in comparison to the other dudes that he's beat. But it doesn't. They're giving this dude, and just, man, I hate the fact that I gotta keep talking about Tank, bro. And it's to his detriment, man, but we gotta speak truth to power. We gotta speak truth to power. And even in the case he does go out there and beat the shit out of Ryan Garcia, that does not make him the best in the division, because Ryan ain't the best in the division. We need to get that clear immediately. I just heard Dante's Boxing Nation say that Tank has the same, he's just as defensively responsible as a Devin and a Shakur. In what world is he defensively sound as Devin and Shakur? Because I ain't seen that. I've yet to see that. The punches that I'm seeing get through on Tank, I'm thinking to myself, what happens if you are in front of somebody who has the skill to land those same type of shots that Hector Garcia was landing, those same type of shots that Isaac Cruz and Leo Santa Cruz and Rolly Romero were landing, but they can land it with far more conviction. They're landing they're landing on the sweet spots, the kill shots. What happens if you're in front of somebody that's able to do that shit? What happens if you're in front of somebody that they're causing you confusion? What happens then? I'm not being sold on him beating Hector Garcia. I'm not. And I won't be sold if he beats Ryan. And now I'm hearing that he might be going back to Mayweather, bro. It's like they're going to continue to stagnate you, bro, and milk you. So when it's finally time for you to step up and fight somebody of note, you're not going to be in competition with them. Who you fight matters, bro. Talent can only get you so far, and Tank is talented. But what happens when that talent ain't enough? That talent isn't continuing to be sharpened due to the gauntlet of fighters that he's going through. I didn't see no jab from Tank or nothing in his last fight. He's just prone to walk motherfuckers down. Old habits die hard. They die hard. So what happens when whoever it is you in front of is not allowing you to walk them down? What happens when someone is creating angles where you got to keep resetting? And they're sharp enough defensively to where if you do make an adjustment to the, to the angles that they're creating, they're elusive enough to get away, to get up under the shot or get around the shot. What happens then? These are questions that need to be asked, man. They are stagnating this kid. They are stagnating him. And by the time it's time for him to have that step-up fight where it's like, yo, this is a career-defining fight right here, he's going to fuck around and get blown out of the water. Because he is yet to be in front of somebody who has those same dimensions as the competition that he's been fighting. Or maybe not dimensions, but layers. Not dimensions. Fuck it. We'll say dimensions. He's not just going to be able to walk through no Devin Haney or no Shakur Stevenson. Lomachenko, he has the best chance of beating Lomachenko because of how Lomachenko fights. But he has fought nobody on the scale who is sharp, nearly as sharp, with that skill set being cultivated with talent that he has fought. There's a reason why Lomachenko is that motherfucker right now. It's a reason for that. The caliber of competition that he has fought is the reason why he is who he is. Everything he does in front of any and everybody. He's able to give you that footwork because he's done it in front of elite competition. He's sharp. He's a sharp counterpuncher no matter who it is that he's fighting. And he has an extra gear he can go to. What happens when Tank is faced off with one of them dudes? I just heard once again Dante Boxing Nation say, yo, man, Tank and Shakur and Devin, that's the LeBron and Kobe of the, as if Lomachenko is still not there. Like, what are we doing? Y'all are going to have to hold this man accountable because y'all are going to be the reason. If he goes in there and he gets completely obliterated by somebody, y'all are going to be the reason for that. Stop talking about, oh, man, yo, Hector Garcia. No. He did not belong in the ring with Tank. I didn't see a good showing of Tank. I honestly didn't. And what the fuck is up with people post? How you gonna stop the fight in the ring because of what's going on the outside of the ring, man? What in the fuck? Oh my God. Adrian Broner and Emmanuel something. I can't remember his last name. But they had a skirmish in the crowd in Cincinnati. They didn't stop the fight. Y'all gonna have to do something about Tank, my nigga. Y'all gonna have to. Y'all gonna have to start being real with yourselves. Because when it happens to him, and it's going to happen to him, y'all gonna be sitting there looking stupid. Because y'all are complicit in this man's stagnation. He's the only, he's one of the more active fighters over there on that side of the street. He's one of the most active fighters over there. And he's not fighting nobody. Nobody credible. There's no reason why, if we can't get Ryan Garcia and Tank, there's no reason why he shouldn't be fighting somebody like a Frank Martin. I'll even accept Michelle Rivera. Because I think Michelle Rivera is better than a Rolly and an Isaac Cruz. Despite him losing. But y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all have to stop and come back down to earth and face fucking reality. There's no reason why Tank should be getting clipped by these dudes he's getting clipped from, bro. Like, no. There's no reason why Hector Garcia should be using boxing IQ on you. There's no reason why I'm looking at Hector Garcia and I'm like, yo, man, dude is legit. There's no reason for that. There's no reason why he should be in the fight after the fourth or the fifth round. There's no reason. I hope this dude fights somebody of note in his next fight. Ryan Garcia will be a good win, and he will get all the credit in the world if he beats a Ryan Garcia. But he will not, in my eyes, be deemed the HNIC of the division if he beats Ryan Garcia, because Ryan hasn't even proven that he's a top dog. It will be a damn good win, though. It will be a damn good win. Just stop with the bullshit, man. He didn't look good on Saturday. Everybody is going to have them moments where you don't look your best. It's boxing. It's sports in general. It's shit. And yet everyday day-to-day job, you're going to have them days like, yo, man, I don't know. I'm just not as efficient today as I am on any other day. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It happens. It definitely happens. Damn. So I'm not about to just completely indict him and say he's washed, he's a hype job. No, I'm not gonna do that. But I am going to. It is causes of concern that popped up. Homie, you should not be looking like that against no Hector Garcia. At all. The minute he steps up, if he continues to fight, you're not going into a fight with a goddamn tank, or not a tank, but with a Haney and a Lomachenko and a Shakur Stevenson. You're not going into them type of fights off of a fucking Hector Garcia and think you're gonna have success. It's not gonna happen. Talent, yes, you are a talented dude, but that talent has to be sharpened. And you do not sharpen your tools fighting Hector, Rolly, Santa Cruz, and Cruz. Get away from your handlers or get a better hold of your career, because they are going to they're doing damage to your career and you don't even know it, bro. You don't even know it. Or maybe you do, you just don't care about it. You're content with being a pay-per-view attraction. Whatever, man. That's all I got to say about it, man. I'm outie. Deuces.